I just realized we never actually said that we were spoiler free.
It is spoiler free, and the reason for that is because we love the magic of going into something without knowing shit all about it. Cat, please. Rolling all over me. Hi, I'm Kane.
I'm Missy.
Oh, yeah. And
You wanted to
I know. And this is our spoiler-free review of Infliction Extended Cut. We played on the PS4.
We did. Infliction was originally a Kickstarter game, and they managed to raise $15,481 of a $12,000 goal. I believe the game was released on Steam in 2018. Not sure when it has come to consoles, but Kane and I played it this year, 2020.
Well, no, it just came out on PS4.
Just?
Yes.
So it's only just come to
Yeah,
consoles?
that's why I grabbed it, because it was a new game.
Awesome. Well, it was a pretty decent price. Obviously new to console, but older game.
Yeah, we got it for 27 Australian.
Yeah, so not bad at all. So the game is a urban horror game. And I believe it took one man about 3 years to make. His name is Clinton McCleary. And I gotta say,
McCleary.
for a one-person show, wow. Like, I obviously don't know too much about how many people normally work on a game, but I do know that it's unusual for it to just be one dude. So
yes. The only other one that comes... Oh, wait, no. Axiom Verge, I think, was one man, and Stardew Valley was one man.
Oh, actually, yeah, the Stardew Valley guy's kind of cool.
So,
All
well
right.
done for them. But,
Yeah.
All right.
So this is made by Caustic Reality.
Give me a bit of insight into our tastes so you know our bias. I love horror games.
Yes.
I don't play enough of them, but I absolutely love horror games. I get creeped out, put me in a dark room with surround sound and some headphones on, and for the first 2 hours of it, I'll be struggling to move. And then the last 2 hours of it, I will be fucking pissed off, frustrated, and running at the ghost like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, eventually you do build up that kind of immunity to it where you're like, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Once you've experienced all the different ways to die, at least.
Oh, it's just the same way.
But I do still find that we tend to sleep with the light on a little.
What can you say about...
I just realized we never actually said that we were spoiler free.
It is spoiler free, and the reason for that is because we love the magic of going into something without knowing shit all about it. Cat, please. Rolling all over me. I like to think of us as not as in-depth as other reviews, but we're higher than just a number. So think of it that way.
We're higher than a number.
We are more in-depth than a number.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just helping.
I'll help you leave
Nice try.
this world. Alright, what would you say about the visuals in this game without giving away too much?
Alright, I'm very picky with visuals because if there's anything that's a little bit off, I find it very uncomfortable to play. So just looking around at things, the world looked quite realistic. It was really well done. The people and creatures not as perfectly done. But some of the detail and everything was amazing. I do think overall the graphics seemed a little bit sharp and a little bit too perfect. So overall, it's a realistic looking game.
I would say they're very good. Went for that realistic approach.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some areas not as good.
Yeah.
But most of it, I'd say 70-80% of it looks pretty good.
Like,
especially for the fact it was just one man.
I will say though, if you're anything like myself who suffers from a bit of motion sickness with movement in certain games, for example, I got quite sick playing the Blair Witch last year. I got this quite a bit with this game. And to be fair, I think the movement was a little bit fast. So I'm not sure if that's actually something we could have altered in the settings at all. But I did find that looking around, looking at an object, looking at a door, it was making me a bit woozy. So if you do suffer from similar...
for most normal people, you're fine.
Well,
What would you say about the sound quality?
I have never been so scared just from sound in a game. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I mean, you're going to go into this with high expectations now, which is something we personally don't like to build up for people.
Well, you're doing it. Stop building them up.
Yeah, but when you think about all the horror games we've played, the ones ranging from $80 to like $10, I really didn't expect this to be as brilliant as it was. And especially when you consider that it was just one dude. Yeah. But don't you think, like...
Sound was fantastic with this.
It was almost to the point where the little issues that we had with the game were completely, like, kind of overshadowed by the amazing sound, and it kind of made you forget.
If you're a horror fan, you'll know that everything to do with good horror is sound, and it does it well. I would suggest playing with... We didn't play with the headphones, sadly. We only did it with the TV, but somehow I still got a weird surround sound feeling. Right? I don't understand.
We don't have surround sound in here, but there were times when you could hear the sound behind us, and we're next to a window, okay? We did not have a good time.
It probably was someone outside.
I don't know.
What would you say about, just going to say acting, but voice acting?
Slightly better than average in some ways, but then lacking in others. So, you know... Not terrible. You do adjust to it pretty quickly. But, you know, it is what it is. I think considering the budget and the team behind it, I'm pretty impressed.
Just one quick one that I missed. I would say for the feel of the game, it feels... it's okay. It's playable. It's nothing like fantastic. Because I forgot about games. Games that feel like movies. Games, yeah. Games have a feeling when you're playing it, controlling it with a controller.
Oh, like what the controls are like and stuff. Yeah.
Like, it's all manageable. Very simple, very easy. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, like there's no crazy buttons you have to learn. I think overall, there's nothing too crazy that you have to be able to do. It's very simple mechanics. And
oh, the story. What do you think of the story, lore?
I was very intrigued. It was very, very interesting. I kept wanting to learn more. Got to the end, no idea what happened.
I think I do know what happened, so I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but I don't think you're right. I think your timeline was messed up.
Don't have to. I think I was right. That's all that matters.
Wow. All right. Forget timelines and everything we learned in game. Kane knows.
All right, short answer. I think there is a lot of lore. There is a lot of detail, and I think the story is quite fleshed out and fun, but also with enough mystery that it's like, you want to know more, it's up to you to find out more on your own.
Look, I think there is a big fleshed out story with a lot of details. There are collectibles sort of thing in game. Not so much collectibles as extra information pieces you can go around and find. But overall, like the world and the setup and the way that things all kind of link back to each other was very interesting and really well done.
What would you rate it if you're going to give it a rate? And would you recommend it or not?
I definitely think if you're a horror fan, you need to play this. If you're into horror movies but you don't cope with playing horror games, get someone to play it and watch them play it. I think this was really fun. This was personally too scary for me. I don't cope with stuff like this, so I made Kane play. But, I mean, if I was going to rate this, this is like... Ooh, this is tough. My instant, like, gut reaction is like, this is a 9. But then I'm like, I did have the odd little problem with it, so I don't know.
How about we just stay away from the numbers and say, I highly recommend this to horror fans. And you know what? Even if you're not a fan of horror, I feel like it's a cheap game. It's fun. If you're interested, give it a shot. It's creepy. It's probably on the scarier end of games that I've played.
Yeah.
And if I was to sum it up for a way you'd understand very easily to gamers out there, it's like PT.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to describe it.
It feels heavily influenced by PT.
Oh, yeah.
I assume that's intentional.
I feel like it's definitely intentional. The guy probably saw PT and he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna make this.
Yeah, basically. I think overall, whether you're like good at gaming or kind of more like casual, I think you'll be able to handle the controls and follow the story.
Yeah. It's very friendly.
So it is something like I could have played this, but when I'm sitting next to someone who plays games all the time, like I can be like, here you go, your turn. Yeah, I'm not saying like, favorite, subscribe. What the fuck does favorite mean? Add to your favorites? Bookmark us? No.
Oh, bookmark.
Okay.
Like, bookmark, subscribe.
Alright, so if you like this spoiler-free review type dealio, we have more on our channel. You can find us up, down, sideways, or wherever. As always, feel free to like, subscribe if you want more content, or please comment below. We love feedback, good or bad. We will always reply to you, and we will always take your feedback on board, unless it's you suck. What are we meant to do with that?
Let us know. Too spoilery or not spoilery enough?
Yeah.
That's the big one I want to know. I want to know what people's limits are and how much.
Yeah, what do you consider to be a spoiler? Obviously, telling you the ending or telling you too much detail, we want to stay away from that. We're all about enjoying the experience organically without expecting too much or knowing a scene or something is coming up. But there is a bit of a fine line between trying to give you an honest review and also trying to stay away from too much detail. That's the goss.
Till next time.
Bye.
I'm Kane.
Do it again.
Nah, we're good. Go.
Hi, Kane.
Hey, girl. What?
I'm Missy.
And this is a train wreck.
Can we do it again, please? Okay.
All right.